Have you ever met someone who seems to have it all together financially, yet never brags or flaunts their success? It's almost like they're quietly stacking cash behind the scenes. Well, guess what? There's a method to their low-key money magic. In this video, I'll share 10 straightforward but powerful hacks that the silent wealthy rely on to build long-term wealth without anyone really noticing. These aren't get-rich-quick schemes. They're real, proven strategies that blend discipline, smart choices, and consistency. If you're ready to get serious about growing your money and enjoying the peace of mind that comes with real financial security, buckle up. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel. We are truly dedicated to providing knowledge that helps people to build their empires. Let's dive in. Spend less, invest the rest. The first hack might sound obvious, but don't let its simplicity fool you. Spend below your means and invest the difference. Yes, it's easy to say, just save more, but the trick is in the execution. The silently wealthy set a percentage of their income, maybe 10%, 20%, or even 40%, that goes straight into investments. Instead of looking for the latest gadget, they focus on assets like index funds, rental properties, or even well-chosen small businesses. This shift from consumerism to investing is life-changing. But how do you make it stick? Start by setting up a realistic plan. If you earn $3,000 a month, commit to investing even $150. Over time, you can ramp that up as you cut costs or earn more. The wealthy don't deprive themselves of life's comforts. They just prioritize what matters. Ask yourself, do I really need this new phone? Or would that cash be better off compounding in an investment account? When you look at life that way, every dollar you choose not to spend becomes fuel for future freedom. It's not about living like a monk, but about being strategic, picking quality over quantity, substance over flash. Over months and years, that consistency snowballs into something massive, and suddenly you're not just getting by, you're building real, tangible wealth. Automate your savings. Ever wonder why some people seem to save without even trying? They've automated their finances. The trick is to remove as many decisions and temptations as possible. Right after your paycheck lands, set up an automatic transfer that moves a fixed amount, or a set percentage, into a separate savings or investment account. That way, the money is gone before you're tempted to spend it. Think of it as paying yourself first. Automation ensures that your future self is always getting a slice of the pie. The silent wealthy love this tactic because it doesn't rely on willpower every month. It's a system. Platforms like Acorns or Wealthfront can even round up daily purchases and invest the difference, turning spare change into a growing portfolio over time. The key here is consistency. Even if you start with just $50 a month, you'll be surprised how quickly it grows once you add in compounding returns. And because it's automatic, you barely notice the money leaving your checking account. Before you know it, you'll see a nest egg forming without the stress of constantly making good financial decisions. It's the ultimate set it and forget it hack that helps you quietly inch toward wealth. Leverage extra income wisely. Windfalls like bonuses, tax refunds, or even side hustle earnings can feel like fun money, right? You might be tempted to splurge on a vacation or the latest gadget. But here's the silent, wealthy approach. They channel that extra income straight into debt repayment or long-term investments. Why? Because every dollar you throw at high-interest debt saves you more in the long run. And every dollar invested has the potential to multiply. Let's say you get a $3,000 bonus. Sure, it's tempting to celebrate in style. But if you invest that $3,000 at an 8% annual return, it could grow to around $6,500 in a decade. Plus, if you pay down debt instead, You're effectively earning whatever interest rate you would have been charged. It's like giving yourself an instant raise. This hack is about momentum. The more you dedicate these mini windfalls to building your financial foundation, the faster your money compounds. And you can still reward yourself. Just set aside a small portion, like 10%, for something fun, and throw the rest into assets that appreciate. Create multiple income streams. The wealthiest people rarely rely on just one paycheck. They have multiple income streams, such as rental properties, dividend stocks, royalties, or side businesses. This not only boosts overall earnings, but also creates a financial safety net if one income stream slows down. Think of it like a table with many legs. If one leg gets wobbly, the table still stands. For the silent wealthy, these extra income streams can be discreet. You might rent out a spare room on Airbnb or earn dividend checks from stocks in an index fund. No one's the wiser, yet your wallet's getting fatter each month. The real key is picking an avenue that aligns with your skills or resources. Love woodworking? Sell custom pieces online. Have an eye for undervalued properties? Become a landlord. Each income stream takes some effort up front, but once established, it can be relatively hands-off, especially if you automate processes or hire someone to manage day-to-day tasks. Over time, these small streams can turn into a steady river of cash flow, propelling you toward financial freedom without needing to flaunt it. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is a sneaky enemy of wealth. You get a raise or land a better paying job, and suddenly you feel like you deserve to spend more on restaurants, vacations, or a bigger house. Next thing you know, your monthly expenses match or exceed your new income level. The silent wealthy know better. They keep their lifestyle relatively stable, even as their earnings grow. Instead of upgrading everything, they increase their investments. That extra $1,000 a month can go straight into index funds, real estate down payments, or even a high-yield savings account. This doesn't mean living a miserable life. It's about striking a balance between enjoying your improved earnings and using them to secure your future. If you absolutely have to splurge, limit it to a small fraction of your salary bump, maybe 20%, and invest the rest. By keeping lifestyle inflation at bay, the gap between your income and expenses widens each time you earn more, creating a powerful wealth-building engine. Over time, that gap can lead to massive investment growth, ensuring that you don't just make more money, you keep more money. The best part? You can still enjoy life, but without sabotaging your financial goals. One of the biggest differences between loud show-offs and the silently wealthy is discretion. When you keep your financial progress under wraps, you avoid drama, unrealistic expectations, and those uncomfortable moments where people ask for loans or special favors. It's not about hiding your success out of shame. It's about preserving your peace of mind and staying focused on long-term goals. Picture this. If everyone at the office knows you got a big bonus, you might feel pressured to treat everyone or explain your spending choices. Meanwhile, if you maintain a low profile, you can quietly put those funds toward investments, debt repayment, or an emergency fund without external pressures. Being discreet also means not broadcasting every financial move on social media. Sure, it can feel good to show off a brand new car or that first-class plane ticket, but it often invites comparison, envy, or even unwanted advice. The silent wealthy prefer to let their financial security and freedom speak for them, rather than chasing validation through online likes. Another perk of discretion is that it helps you stay humble and avoid complacency. When you're not constantly seeking praise for your purchases, you can concentrate on building real, sustainable wealth. People might underestimate you, and that's okay. By the time they realize how well you're doing, you're already several steps ahead. With less stress, and fewer distractions along the way. Compound interest is one of those financial buzzwords everyone hears about, but few truly understand or utilize. The basic idea? Your money earns returns, and then those returns earn returns, creating a snowball effect over time. This is how small sums can turn into serious wealth without you having to invest staggering amounts. For example, investing $200 a month might not seem like much, but at an 8% annual return over 30 years, it can grow to a hefty sum that would surprise most people. The silent wealthy lean into this principle by starting early and being consistent. Even if they're not earning a sky-high salary, they make sure a percentage of every paycheck goes into investments that can compound, like index funds, dividend-paying stocks, or even a high-yield savings account. Compound interest rewards patience above all else. If you try to time the market or jump in and out of investments based on headlines, you'll likely miss out on the best growth periods. The silent wealthy keep their money in the market, reinvest dividends, and let time do the heavy lifting. Think of it like planting a tree. You don't dig it up every day to check the roots. You water it, let it absorb sunlight, and watch it grow year after year. Prioritize assets over liabilities. A significant turning point in wealth building is understanding the difference between assets and liabilities, and always opting for the former. Assets are things that bring money into your pocket, like rental properties, dividend stocks, or even well-selected small businesses. Liabilities, on the other hand, drain your finances, such as a fancy car with high monthly payments, or designer items that depreciate the moment you buy them. The silent wealthy use each dollar to acquire assets first, thereby creating multiple streams of passive or semi-passive income. For instance, instead of financing a new luxury car, they might buy a used but reliable vehicle and invest the leftover cash in index, funds, or real estate. This doesn't mean you have to live like a monk. It's about questioning every major purchase. Is this helping me grow my wealth, or is it holding me back? By consciously choosing assets over liabilities, you gradually shift from an income reliant solely on your job to one supplemented by investments. It's the difference between working for money and having money work for you. Once you build enough assets that generate consistent cash flow, you gain the freedom to scale back on work hours, start your own venture, or retire early. Build a system for wealth growth. Wealth doesn't just happen by chance or willpower. It grows when you create a system that runs on autopilot. This means automating your savings, setting up recurring investment contributions, and periodically reviewing your portfolio to ensure it aligns with your goals. The silent wealthy don't rely on, "I'll remember to do that next month." They set it once and let technology or a well-structured plan handle the heavy lifting. Think about how a garden thrives with regular watering and sunlight. Similarly, your financial garden flourishes when you consistently feed it contributions and track its progress. Setting up a system also includes having rules for spending, like limiting how much you can allocate to wants versus needs, or capping monthly dining out expenses. You remove the emotional guesswork, which is where most people slip up. This system-driven approach can extend beyond just budgeting. If you're running a side hustle, build processes for client onboarding, invoicing, and marketing so you don't get overwhelmed. Each system is a building block that lets you focus on bigger moves, like scouting new investments or strategizing your next career step. Over time, a well-crafted wealth system makes it easier to adapt to changes, job loss, economic downturns, or even windfalls, because you have a blueprint you can refine, rather than starting from scratch each time. Consistency and patience. The final hack, yet perhaps the most crucial, is consistency and patience. Everyone wants quick results, but true wealth rarely comes overnight. The silent wealthy understand that big gains are the sum of countless small, disciplined actions, taken over months and years. Whether it's putting $100 a week into an index fund or diligently paying off a mortgage, these tiny steps compound into life-changing sums. The key is to stay the course even when it feels slow or boring. You might see flashier people touting overnight success, but that's often the exception, not the rule. Patience also means riding out market fluctuations without panicking. When your investments dip, remember the long-term vision and the reason you started investing in the first place. It's easy to get spooked by negative headlines or social media hype around the next big thing. The silent wealthy keep their eyes on gradual, sustainable growth. They also celebrate incremental wins, like hitting a $10,000 savings goal or seeing their net worth inch up each quarter, because these milestones reaffirm they're on the right path. Think of it like building a house brick by brick, laying a solid foundation that can withstand storms. If you keep piling bricks consistently, before you know it, you've constructed something robust and permanent. That's the beauty of wealth-building small steps. Repeated over time, become unstoppable momentum. So there you have it, 10 easy hacks the silent wealthy use every day. None of these are flashy or complicated, but they work because they're grounded in common sense, discipline, and a long-term perspective. The best part? You can start implementing them right now. Pick one or two that resonate with you, commit for a few months, and watch how your finances begin to shift. If this video gave you new insights or the motivation to get going, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment on which hack you'll try first. Until next time, remember, true financial success doesn't need fanfare. It just needs consistent, smart moves behind the scenes. Good luck.